Hello, manifestors. Let's talk about states today because states is everything. You know what? If you manage to embody the state of who you want to be, you will manifest it just like that without doing any technique or anything because a state is everything. So let's consider this today. Please subscribe if you are new here and not subscribed yet. Like the video, share the video, comment so more people like you can access this information using Neville Goddard's teaching, using the law of assumption. My name is Sylviane. I am a manifesting coach. If you need one-on-one more hands-on help to manifest your desires, please click on the link down below, manifestingwithsylviane.com. I do one-on-one and email coaching. Also, if you want to learn more about manifesting, I have a wonderful Facebook group. It's a private group, so you're safe there. You just have to answer the questions in order to be admitted. And again, all the links are down below in the description box. So, why states are everything? Well, states are everything because they manifest on autopilot. Because that's how you manifest really. When you are doing your techniques, your visualizations, your affirmations, no matter what you're doing, it's to change from the state that you are in into the state that you want to be in order to manifest your desire. Let me give you an example, a personal example. I was broke most of my adult life. And one day I came to some money. I had a nice little amount of money in my bank for a while. And I remember the first few weeks, I could not believe it. I would go online and look at that number, that amount of money that I had in the bank. But one thing that I could never get rid of was the state of being poor, of being broke. So I had that money, but my state never changed. Because back then I didn't know how to, and I didn't even know what states were. So I kept that broke state, I kept that not having money state while I had the money. So guess what happened? Well, the same thing that happened to people who win millions in the lottery or the lotto, whatever you call it. What happens is they come to a lot of money for some reason, but the state of not having money never left them, so their money disappears very fast. That's what happened to me. In less than 4 years, the money that I had disappeared. Not only disappeared, but I was worse than ever before when that money was gone. So why states are so important? Because if I had understood, if I had known back then that in order not only to keep that money, but to make more of it, to take advantage of having that money and do something with my life that would work, not that I didn't try to do things, but everything failed because I was in the state of being poor, of being broke. So if I had understood back then what states do, how important they are, I am sure that I would have been able to embody the state of having money. And then my whole life would have truly turned around back then, instead of turning around later, much later, having going through the hell that I went through. So I'm making this video because anyone finding the law of assumption, no matter how old you are, if you manage to apply what you learned, your life is going to be transformed forever. It's never going to be the same again. And by the way, a little parenthesis here, if you are also a reader, not just a video watcher or listener, I wrote an article titled Everything You Need to Know About States in my blog, and I'll put the link down below, just below this video in the description box if you want to give it a read. I had some very good feedback from people who have read it in my Facebook group, for example. Here is one of the comments that I got about my article. This is most amazing post for me. It finally answered all my puzzling questions and provided clarity on state. Thanks for sharing such brilliant post. So that's what I mean. You know, when people react this way to what you say or write, you know you've done something useful. So step over to my blog once you're done with this video, and you will have a full understanding about states between the video and the article. So guys, what is happening when you can't seem to shift into who you want to be, when you can't seem to manifest who you want to be or what you want to have? What's happening is that you have not been able yet to shift into that state, the state that matches what you want to be. Whether it's wanting to be in a loving, committed relationship, or having the money that you want, the career that you want, living in the house that you want to live in, the country that you want to live in, or healing from whatever disease you may have, whatever your desire is. And by the way, everything is possible. Whatever you want to manifest, health, money, relationship, or anything in between, you can have it. But the thing is, you can't have it. It can't come to you if you are sitting in an opposite state. For example, a very common state that I see in Facebook groups, for example, and even in my clients, a lot of my clients come to me in that state. It's the state of victimhood. Victimhood is a state. So victimhood can have different faces, so to speak. You can be in the victimhood of being single. You can be in the victimhood of being sick. You can be in the victimhood of being poor. Those three main things, relationship, money, and health, they have their victimhood states. There may be different states that you are within that state of being a victim in relation to what you want to manifest. Sometimes you may have them all. You may have the victimhood of health, money, and relationship all at once. So the thing is this, whatever it is that you want to manifest, if you are after an SP, if you're after money, if you are after a career, if you are after health, if you are in this victimhood state, I am a victim of this world, I can't seem to be able to get what I want, and I can't seem to be able to get what I want because I am this victim. If this state of victimhood is sitting way down inside you, that's going to prevent you from manifesting something that you want that requires you not to be a victim. That's why, by the way, as I mentioned in this article I was telling you about, and please go read it when you're done with this video if you have not yet, states are not emotions, okay? States are not emotions in the sense emotions like being happy or sad or anxious or depressed. Those are emotions that have nothing to do with your state. For example, many people have money, so they are in the state of being wealthy, but they are depressed, sad, angry, anxious, you name it. So you can see that your emotions have nothing to do with your state. You can be in the state of being a happy married person, but you are sad today, or you are anxious today, or you are angry today. All right, so do not compare state with emotion. Emotions are emotions, states are states. Being a doctor is a state. Being a beggar in the street is a state. Your sexual orientation is a state. Being a mother or a father is a state. Those are states, not emotions, okay? As a personal example, I used to be in the state of victimhood a good chunk of my life, but I was sometimes happy or many other emotions while I was in the state of victimhood. Now, I am no longer in that state. It doesn't mean that sometimes I'm not sad. I may be thinking about something that makes me sad. Therefore, I am sad. Does that mean that I am in the state of victimhood? No, not at all. I left that state behind long ago. It doesn't mean that I am super happy jumping up and down every day. So, just to make you understand the difference between a state and an emotion. As long as we are humans, we are going to have bunches of emotions on a regular basis, regardless of the state that we are in. Now, this said, if you are in a victimhood state, are you going to feel sad and depressed and sorry for yourself more often than not? Yes, definitely. If you are in the state of being single when you want to be in a relationship, are you going to feel sad and depressed more often than not? Yes, you will. And this is because you have a hunger for your desire and you're not having your desire. So it makes you feel those negative emotions. That's why it's important to understand how you can embody the state that matches your desire so you can stop that thirst, that hunger that you have for your desire, and instead embody that desire before you actually materialize it in the 3D world. Here's a quote from Neville Goddard that someone shared in my group, in my Facebook group, just in time for me. The harder you try, the less you are able to yield to the wish. You never attract that which you want, but always attract that which you are conscious of being. So, when you are trying to reach out for your desire, whether it's a specific person again, whether it's health, whether it's money, you are trying to reach out to it while it's out there, outside of you, it's not working. Have you noticed it's not working? Why is it not working? Because you are not in the state of your wish. And if you are not in the state of what you wish, it also means that you are not conscious of it. Because your consciousness, remember, if you are familiar with Neville Goddard's teaching, your consciousness is the only reality. And therefore, you cannot manifest what you are not conscious of. If you are wanting something that you don't feel the state of, it means that you're not conscious of it. You are aware of it, okay? You are aware that it exists out there. That's different. But you are not conscious of it in the true sense of spiritual law, meaning it's not part of your consciousness, in the sense that you know it's yours and that you know it's you. You are whatever you want to be and have. And if you feel this way, if you feel it, it means that you are conscious of it. If you don't feel it, you are not conscious of it. So if you are feeling like a victim, if you have that deep down entrenched victimhood state like many of you have, it means that in the true sense of the law of assumption, you are not conscious of being successful. You are not conscious of being in that relationship that you want. You are not conscious of being that wealthy person that you want. And you are not conscious of being that healthy person that you want to be. Being conscious of what you want to be in the true sense of the term means embodying that, means being in the state of. That's what being conscious of truly means. And if right now you are not able to manifest what you want to be or what you want to have, it's because you are not conscious of it in the true sense of the term, in the true sense of the term as we are using it in the law. And that's when you know that you have forgotten who you truly are. So I'm going to give you, to end this video, a little tip that works very well, very simple, works very well. Every time you feel down, every time you feel that you don't have your desire, ask yourself this question: who is thinking this? Who is thinking this way? And it's going to help you understand that the who is thinking negatively, who is feeling that they don't have their desire. That who is your little self. That who is your human self. It's not your true self. It's not who you truly are. It's not your God self. It is your little self. It is your human self. And when you get into the habit of detaching your human self, your limited logical mind, from who you truly are, your God self, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, when you get into the habit of catching yourself and separating the two, this is going to help you embody more and more your God self, your higher self, and less your human self. At the end of the day, this is going to help you embody the state that you want to be in order to manifest your desire, no matter what the desire is. I hope this was helpful, guys. If it was, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't yet. If you do all those things, my channel will be seen by more people who need this information. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.